Hello, welcome to the channel. In this video, we shall be talking about some very likely, very probable questions in WAEC literature in English. So if you are writing this coming WAEC SSCE WASSCE, or you know someone who is writing the examination, this is just the right video for you. Let's begin. In the first question, I have this very short extract. It says, "The dragonfly hangs like a blue thread loosened from the sky." Illustrates. The whole of this short extract, what does it illustrate? A. Simile. B. Litotes. C. Contrast. D. Metaphor. Let's begin to analyze each of the options one by one, beginning with option A, simile. Simile is a figure of speech that compares two different things using like or as. This is a very common figure of speech. Option B, litotes, is a form of understatement that uses double negative or negation to express a positive statement. So litotes is like an understatement. It is the opposite of hyperbole. Option C, contrast, is the comparison of two or more different elements to highlight their differences, while metaphor is a figure of speech that directly compares two different things by stating that one is the other. So in metaphor, we don't use like and as. Now let's come back to the extract. The dragonfly hangs like a blue thread. Hangs like a blue thread. That is, we are comparing the dragonfly with a thread, with a blue thread. That is option A, because we use like. Let's highlight the word like. Hence, the correct option is simile, option A. The dragonfly hangs like a blue thread loosened from the sky. Illustrates simile. Number 2. Unrhymed iambic pentameter lines illustrate a dash. Unrhymed iambic pentameter lines illustrate a dash. A. Rhyme scheme. B. Heroic couplet. C. Blank verse. D. Free verse. Let's see these options one after the other. Let's see. Option A, rhyme scheme, is a pattern of the same or similar sound at the end of each line of a poem. Option B, heroic couplet. When we say couplet, it means two. So it's a pair of rhyming lines in iambic pentameter, often used in English poetry. A pair of rhyming lines. But the question says unrhymed iambic pentameter. So it is not heroic couplet. Let's come to option C, blank verse. A blank verse is simply an unrhymed poem written in iambic pentameter. Can you see? Blank verse, unrhymed poem. So that's our correct option, blank verse. Option D, free verse. Free verse is used to describe a poem that does not adhere to any regular rhyming scheme or metrical pattern. When a poem does not follow any rhyming or metrical pattern, we say it is free verse. So it is not free verse. It is option C, blank verse. A blank verse is a poem written in unrhymed iambic pentameter. Let's move to number 3. When a poem is an elegy, it A, conforms to a fixed pattern of lines. B, is set in the countryside. C, has a mournful tone. D, celebrates heroic deeds. When a poem is an elegy is a form of poetry that expresses sorrow or lamentation, typically in response to the death of a person. So when a poem laments or expresses sorrow, option C is likely to be the correct option. It has a mournful tone. But then let's see the remaining options. Let's examine other options. Beginning from option A, conforms to a fixed pattern of lines. Well, many types of poems conform to a fixed pattern of lines and numbers of lines. So it is not option A. Option B, when a poem is set in the countryside, such a poem is called a rustic or a pastoral poem. It is called pastoral or a rustic poem, so it is not option B. Then option D, when a poem celebrates heroic deed, then that poem is likely to be an epic. And the question does not give us an epic, the question gives us an elegy. When a poem is an elegy, it is option C. An elegy has a manful tone. Let's proceed to number 4. A metrical pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables illustrates the dash. A metrical pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables illustrates the dash. A. Iambus. B. Anapest. C. Dactyl. D. Trochee. Now see the question very well. A metrical pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables. Take note that the stressed syllable comes before the unstressed syllable. Now let's see each of the options. Iambus is a metrical foot consisting of an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. So in Iambus, it is the unstressed syllable that comes first. But our question says that the stress comes before the unstressed. So option A is wrong. Let's come to Anapest. Anapest is also wrong because Anapest usually consists of 3 syllables. Anapest consists of 2 unstressed syllables and 1 stressed syllable. 2 unstressed syllables and 1 stressed syllable, making 3. It is not Anapest. It is not Dactyl as well. Dactyl also consists of 3 syllables. It has 1 stressed syllable at the beginning, followed by 2 unstressed syllables. In Dactyl, the first syllable is stressed, while the remaining 2 syllables are unstressed. So it is not Dactyl. Let's come to option D, Trochee. Trochee has a stressed syllable followed by an unstressed syllable. Can you see? So the correct option is Trochee. Trochee has a stressed syllable coming first, followed by an unstressed syllable. And the question says, let's come back to the question. A metrical pattern of stressed syllable, that's a stressed syllable coming first, of stressed and unstressed syllables. So stress comes before the unstressed, and that is Trochee. Option D. Question 5. Pick the odd item from the options listed below. Pick the odd item from the options listed below. A. Euphemism. B. Oxymoron. C. Hyperbole. D. Rhythm. Whenever you see a question that says pick the odd item, it means pick the one that is different. A. Euphemism is a figure of speech. B. Oxymoron is a figure of speech. C. Hyperbole is also a figure of speech. It is only rhythm that is different. Hence, our correct option, the different one, is option D, rhythm. Question 6. A pair of rhymed iambic pentameter lines is a tacit. B. Heroic couplet. C. Sestet. D. Blank verse. The question says a pair of rhymed iambic pentameter lines. Whenever we see pair, it means 2. Am I right? Yes. A pair means 2. Let's see option A, tacit. A tacit is a poem or stanza having 3 lines. Option B, heroic couplet. Like I explained when we treated question 2, heroic couplet is 2 rhyming lines in iambic pentameter. Option C, sestet. A sestet is a poem or stanza of 6 lines. It is very common in sonnets. Then option D, blank verse, is an unrhymed iambic pentameter. Let's come back to the question. A pair of rhymed iambic pentameter is a dash. Now we say a pair means 2. Then we are looking at couplet. Whenever we see couplet in literature, it means 2 lines. Now, let's see what heroic couplet, because option B is not only couplet, it is heroic couplet. What is an heroic couplet? I explained it earlier on. It is 2 rhyming lines in iambic pentameter. That is heroic couplet. 2 rhyming lines in iambic pentameter. What does the question say? A pair of rhymed iambic pentameter lines is option B, heroic couplet. Let's see question 7. It is based on unseen prose. We have an unseen prose here, a short passage. Read the passage and answer the question on it. Here in the situation, it is in no way different save that the city is busy in its snow. But the old men cling to their seats as though they were symbolic and could not be given up. Now and then they sleep, their grey old heads resting with painful awkwardness on the back of the benches. Also, they are not at rest. For an hour, they may sleep in the gasping exhaustion of the ill-nourished and aged who have to work in the night. Then a policeman comes by on his rounds and nudges them upright. "You can't sleep here," he growls. A strange ritual then begins. An old man is difficult to wake. One man, after a slight lurch, does not move at all. He sleeps unsteadily. Once in a while, one of the sleepers will not wake. He will have had his wish to die in the great droning center of the hive rather than in some lonely room fulfilled. Let's come to the question on the short passage. The style of writing is. The style of writing this short passage is A. Argumentative, B. Epistolary, C. Narrative, D. Expository. Let's begin with option A, argumentative. An argumentative style of writing has to do with trying to convince the readers to believe one thing or the other, like a debate. Option B, epistolary. Anything epistolary is from the word epistu, which means letter. So anything epistolary means written in form of a letter. Is this extract written in form of a letter? No. So epistolary is also wrong. Narrative. Well, narrative is the correct option. The passage is written in the narrative style. It tells a story by describing a scene, the characters, and the events unfolding in sequence. The writer places the reader in a specific location, here in the station, and then paints a vivid picture of the environment, including the snow and the station benches. These are all the characteristics of a narrative writing. Hence, the correct option is narrative. What about expository in option D? Well, expository writing has to do with explanation, telling someone, or let me say telling the readers how to do things, how to go about some things. When a particular writing tells you how to do things, that writing style is expository. This one does not tell us how to do things. It is retelling a story. Hence, it is narrative. Still on the same extract, question number 8. The passage conveys a mood of A. Defiance, B. Hope, C. Fear, D. Despair. When answering questions on mood, I've always said it is very important not to just pick your answer anyhow. You must pick your answer based on the pointers from the passage. The mood conveyed in this passage is that of despair, option D. Let's see the pointers from the passage. Now, look at this. The words painful awkwardness in the first paragraph is a pointer to despair. Painful awkwardness. Then in the second paragraph, we have the words gasping exhaustion. Gasping means the kind of movement that shows that someone does not have enough air. Someone is about to die. When someone gasps, then exhaustion means tiredness. At old age, these people are already tired, and there is nothing left of them than to just wait for their death. All this convey what? Despair. Also in the second paragraph, ill-nourished is also a pointer to loss of hope. Then the most important pointer can be found in the last paragraph. He will have had his wish to die. Look at that expression. One of the sleepers will not wake. He will have had his wish to die in the great droning center. These particular lines show despair, and that is the mood of the passage. It is not defiance, it is not hope, it is not fear, it is despair. Let's move to number 9. A bitter remark intended to wound the feelings is A A. A satire, B. An allusion, C. A sarcasm, D. An ambiguity. Let's explain each of the options so we determine the correct one. A bitter remark intended to wound the feeling of someone. Option A. A satire is a type of literature that uses humor, irony, and exaggeration to criticize or mock individual or the society at large. Option B. Allusion is a reference to a person, a place, an event, or a literary work that is not directly mentioned but is expected to be recognized by the readers. Then option C. Sarcasm is a form of verbal irony where someone says the opposite of what they mean in order to mock or convey contempt. When you mock or when you show contempt, you actually wound someone's feelings. Then option D, ambiguity. This is a situation in which a word or a line of poetry has multiple meanings or interpretations. So it is not ambiguity, it is not allusion, it is not satire, rather it is option C, sarcasm, a form of irony where someone says the opposite of what they mean in order to mock or show contempt. When you mock someone or you show contempt to someone with your words, you want to wound their feelings, you want to hurt their feelings. So a bitter remark intended to wound the feelings is a sarcasm. Let's quickly go to number 10, which is the last question for this video. There is a short poem there. My heart leaps up when I behold a rainbow in the sky. So was it when my life began. So is it now that I am a man. So be it when I shall grow. The child is the father of the man. The literary device used in line 1 is. Let's bring our attention to the first line of the poem. The question says, the literary device used in line 1 is A. Simile, B. Alliteration, C. Litotes, D. Personification. What do we have in line 1? My heart leaps up when I behold. Well, when the heart is said to leap up, to jump up, it means the heart is personified. The heart is personified by making it to leap up, to jump up. Literally, a heart. Someone's heart cannot jump up. So my heart leaps up is an example of personification. Option D. So let's drop the curtain here. I hope this video has been helpful. Drop your comment what you feel about the video in the comment section. Do well to subscribe to the channel and recommend this video to others by sharing the video with them. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being here. Until I come your way again, have a nice one and goodbye.